When starting a garden in your neighborhood or community, it's important to consider the people in the community.
Alright, so this is my plot. This fall I planted broccoli and spinach, which are growing really well. There was already some basil that was planted last spring that I've left because it's doing great. This is a Malabar spinach. Not the tastiest, but it's great in blend smoothies. And this back here is the oldest plant in my plot. It's my asparagus. And this is its 4th season. So I'm hoping that next spring I'll start to be able to actually harvest it.
I just bought a house just around the corner. And this neighborhood has pockets of good places and bad places. And I wanted to find a place where I could get involved and support the community. I'm also a registered dietitian. So I wanted to find something that I could do to help the community through food. And I thought this was a perfect place for me to do that because I could learn about gardening for myself as well as giving back to the community through nutrition and food.
People come out of their urban environments and they need to be around, number one, other people that are good, wholesome people, and then be around just the natural things, food, plants, beauty.
There's something here for everyone to connect to, whether it's a flower or an herb or a ladybug, or something's going to catch their interest and connect them to what's happening in nature.
We were studying urban sprawl in our human geography class, and this kind of place pops up just to have some kind of preservation, I guess. And it's working really well. It's a good model to have for what kind of actions we should be taking, I guess, just as a community.
My name is Stu, and I'm building a chicken coop for the Promise of Peace garden. Something that we were trying to keep in mind in constructing this was that we use as much found material that would have gone into a landfill as we can. One of our best allies is bulk trash day, when people are throwing out old building materials and things that they just don't have a use for anymore. We can convert into things that can actually help the garden to grow. Behind me you can see what we've got so far. We've used found pallets, 2x3s, and the construction over here is where the chickens will actually roost, lay their eggs, and that kind of thing. The rest of the area will be screened in to allow the chickens plenty of ventilation and good room to hunt bugs. By learning about the evolution of animals, it gives people who visit the garden a lot more insight into what we all have in common. What we have in common with the chickens that produce our eggs and our meat, and the plants that grow in the garden.
The garden is a wonderful context for literacy. This year I have been teaching 4- and 5-year-olds, and they have acquired a vocabulary that is more extensive than most 3rd, 4th, or 5th graders when speaking about anything related to the garden, whether it be nutrients, life cycles, differences between rosemary and lavender, all kinds of vocabulary that describe what's happening with nature and science and math, perimeter, whether it's square foot gardening, the different flowers, the different shapes of petals. And often children go through school not even knowing there is a different name for a flower. A rose to many of our children is just a flower. And so it's very rewarding as a teacher and educator to see a platform so simple that you can grow gives so much to our children.
We need to find flat green leaves for a scavenger hunt. Here's a flat green leaf.
With the Hexter Daisy Girl Scout troop. Right now we're looking for living things, non-living things, and then signs of living things.
I have to check flat green leaves off my list.
You can tell that kids really love it because you can just see their eyes light up. Their enthusiasm just really shines through. It makes me feel very hopeful that, you know, they're getting this chance to get out here and learn and grow and have fun.
Eggplant, okra, chard, rosemary, basil, marigolds.
I got involved with Promise of Peace because I wanted to promote healthy living. The flavors you get from all the natural cooking, the herbs, everything in general, when you're cooking, it just tastes better. I've recently started the cooking classes just to promote awareness on healthy cooking.
That's it.
Lemon to sour.
I gathered all my knowledge from my grandparents back in their younger days, growing and cooking food. Recipes handed down from family members are always fun to even try because you know they've been in your family for 10, 20, 30 plus years.
Add some ingredients to our collard green leaf.
Close your eyes.
This is amazing.
Okay, there you go.
Elliot, what are you eating? What is that? Is that collard greens and beets? Taste the beet and see how you like it. Put it on your tongue.
I don't have enough lettuce. I mean, what either.
You like it? You're gonna top it off with some chia seeds. Easy, easy. How about some fresh beets? Slice and then some chopped. Perfect. Mwah.
Nice, good, and delicious. Awesome. Thank you, Chef Rolo.
There's a sort of privilege that I think some people feel like there's always going to be food. I don't really have to worry about learning these really indigenous skills, and that's kind of dangerous. There's a sort of complacency that we can get to in terms of our most basic need, which is food. And if you grow something here, you'll be able to, I don't know, pass that skill onto your family or your neighbors. And I think that human connection is just as important as the connection to nature.
Families should care about healthy eating because genetically these genes are passed on from generation to generation. I'd really like to encourage you to go and step outside of the box and find ways of picking your natural fruits and vegetables so that you can cook with them. Because it is necessary, it is important, and eventually you'll learn that these are all the ingredients to a healthy way of life and a healthy lifestyle in general.
I would like to encourage everyone to experience what I have in the garden and to use it as a tool to educate parents, bring diverse groups of people together, and inspire our communities to become more unified.